Hello everyone. Welcome. Hope everyone's having a good one. I just saw the UI bugging out a little bit. Okay, just wanted to... It was flickering kinda dramatically, but oh well. Doesn't matter. Also... I don't know, sorry, I just these are invisible undersuits that I've had for a few patches, and I've literally just... Because, they, are what, 500%, larger than they should be or whatever. I don't know if they, I don't know, but I take them out, and then they get stored. I don't put them back into my inventory, and then with new patch they get, stored. I've mentioned that before? I'm just that's kinda impressive. Hang on, do I not have a pistol? What the fuck? I should have a pistol. That's... Oh. Okay. I can't remember what happened last time I was playing. I died. And I was probably that's enough for today. And I probably died with a pistol in my hand, if I had to guess, which is lovely. Okay, so... Sorry. It's been a long day. I'm sorry. It has not been a long day. Saturday was a long day. I'm recording this on Sunday, editing it on Sunday, and uploading it on Sunday. Which is a thing I don't like to do, but every once in a while you just have one of those days, and you're like... I like playing Star Citizen. I do, genuinely. But... Oh, do I not? Yeah, whatever. We'll figure this out. I'm gonna have an S38, immediately present on this one. Oh no, two. Okay. Well, let's be... Ooh, you know what? Let's pull out the salvo. It's been too long. Sorry, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, no, Saturday was a long day. It was just a long day. I want to be more succinct, which I'm failing at miserably right now. There isn't too much to say. There was the roadmap update, there was the mole, there was, I guess, Koramore, which, Koramore, I think for a second I thought that, either, maybe it was the subflare or something, but for a second I thought that they literally just rehashed the same thing from last year, and then, oh no. No, it was the subflare. They have new furniture, and, they have a pack that includes the new furniture and the old furniture, which is, whatever. The moth, I do think the moth is an interesting conversation to have. 'Cause it's a straight to live ship. And I gotta be honest, I'm kinda the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm you know what? Yeah, the vibes are just off with this thing. This is... I don't care about it anymore. It's kinda come and went faster than any other ship, in my mind. And I don't know, if you're excited about it, I'm not saying it's a terrible ship, necessarily. Well, I'm not saying it's a terrible ship yet, actually. Oh, that's probably kind of mine, but it's bugged out. The Reliant. So, for one thing, okay, straight to live ship, as in there's no PTU, there's no testing of it, it just goes straight to live. No public testing of it, I guess, which is probably the key part there, that, they... CIG needs to be able to do this, to just put a ship to live, without having a new patch or whatever. And I don't think that's bad. That definitely isn't bad, and that's probably, honestly, like one of those, like it's really small from a player perspective, but actually it's kind of a big deal from a networking and development and deployment, side of things. So like, good being able to do it. Obviously, the first time they do it, there's going to be problems. I don't know if there's any real problems with the deployment as much as just with the ship, because like last year, I don't know if every ship they released it during the I don't know if every ship released during the release candidate phase of PTU, which is, say, the very end. But I know at least a few did, and the Wolf, which I like. The Wolf had a game-breaking issue with it, which, as far as I know, it did genuinely delay the entire release of that patch by like a weekend. Which isn't really that big of a deal, but it's like, it's major enough, like, it was a major enough bug that slipped through that, yeah, no, we have to fix it. And the Moth doesn't have any, like, crash to desktop issues, but it, like, okay, also, can we, like, I don't know, I say this every time I get inconvenienced by this, but, like, can we do something about this? And the answer is no. There's a lot of other things happening, in all fairness. Yeah, sorry. The Moth is kind of a mess. At least the initial things, I don't know where it's at right now, I don't know how much it's been fixed, but like, weird problems where like, you can't fly the ship if you have the salvage on or something. Like, or like, and the cargo grid just doesn't work sometimes, and it's... it's like, insane. I was like, I don't know what to say besides, like, I think it's more a problem of internal QA. That's like, maybe, hopefully, like, if there's any legit, hey, this will get better when Squadron 42 releases, and they, like, I think QA is probably the best, like, thing for that. Just like, oh, Squadron 42's out. We had a lot of QA on this, and now we can have a lot of QA on Star Citizen. I hope that's the case. I know everybody hopes that there's a lot of development resources that go over, and I don't think that's quite what's gonna happen. But, yeah. So... yes, otherwise, problem with Moth, from my perspective, is that sometimes, look, I want to make a tabletop RPG that has, like, insane character customization based around, like, basically based around small, medium, large as a concept, of, like, stuff, but, like, I really think that the small, medium, large does not apply. Just does not apply in some cases, or at the very least, it's not as simple as, oh, we're just going to do this. And I do think that there are some situations that, where it doesn't make sense, where, like, the Jack of all trades thing needs to be good enough that, either needs to be good enough, or at the very least, the other extremes have to be not good enough, to be able to justify all small, medium, and large. Look, I don't know about... I have not played with the Moth, but I know that I don't hear a lot of people talking about medium fighters. And that seems like, and that seems like a thing that's, apply. God damn. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so my understanding is, and I don't know because crafting quality isn't in, but during the behind the scenes, my understanding is that small salvage ships, they aren't going to salvage a lot just because of like they're not going to salvage a lot just because of like volume and cargo capacity or whatever, but they will be able to retain quality. So if you have 900 quality, maybe it'll, if you're salvaging something that's 900 quality, you know, RMC or whatever, then you'll get like 800 quality RMC, let's say. And then with a large, you know, you might be able to, like, the small might be able to get, you know, maybe most of a ship or whatever, let's just say. And then the large ship, like a reclaimer, can get, you know, maybe several ships. But that 900 quality resource is going to, you're going to get, let's say, you know, 500 or something. But just because of the volume of everything, it will be, you will get, what? Shit. Oh my god. Wait, okay. Dude, turn your fucking IFF tag on, you fucking asshole. We have... Oh my god. The Moth... Okay, listen. FPS radar and scanning is fucking on the progress tracker, so we'll come back to that in a second. Jesus Christ. Really? Like... What? What the fuck? Oh my god. Why the fuck do I play this game? Like, fucking seriously, man? Come on. My ship's just fucking dead. Okay. I'm not gonna be able to... You know what? Actually, let's see. I might die, but it's whatever. Cause I don't know what happened. I don't know when this happened, but energy weapons suck ass. And ballistics are literally the only good thing ever. And I know that, like, energy weapons used to be the only choice before. But that doesn't mean... that doesn't mean that, I liked the balance. It just means that that balance existed and was... My ship is dead. Fucking... Fuck, man! Like... It's great. I mean, like, I'm... The dude did not have a marker on him. I shot at somebody who did not have a marker. Like, this has happened too many fucking times. Man, like, fucking Christ. Ah, Jesus. Okay. And this cutter is gonna explode immediately. Okay, door's not working. Great. I'm guessing that everybody down there is dead, so at least I can fucking finish the mission. Christ. And get shot? Oh my god. Yeah, no, I mean, like, okay. Alright, so, sorry. The problem with the Moth is that, like, it's gonna be in the middle ground, and if you want high-quality resources, just you're only ever going to use the Vulture and similar-sized ships. Whew. Oh, also you can swap to armor with tab, and I did not know that before. So that's fun. What was I gonna say? Well, I guess I'm just gonna do the lonely walk away from the base and then exit to menu. Just because, well, what is my life if not just a huge walkathon? It's Starfield. Sorry. So, if you want high quality salvage resources, you want the, then you're just gonna end up wanting the Vulture and the Prospect, or the Fortune, or whatever, Salvation, but, you know, you're gonna end up, and if you want to just make money, then the Reclaimer is gonna be your best bet, and, I'm sure you'll also probably be completely fine if you have lower quality resources. I don't know how low quality it'll be, but I'm sure there'll be some use for that. Anyway, so I think the only reason that the only real reason that the moth exists is as a stepping stone up to being able to reforge the Reclaimer, and like that's it. And there's also a pretty good point that my friend Solar made, that like the crew for the moth is going to be 4, right? Like the full crew. The Reclaimer is 5. Like or like 5 or 6 or whatever. It's like, well, like at that point, yeah, I mean, either you have, it hasn't really changed this whole thing. There's no 2-person salvage ship. There's no 3-person salvage ship. And yeah, of course, you know, they just took the mole and they turned it into a salvage ship. I get it. Obviously, I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing, but, it, you know, like, you gotta recognize that, yeah, that thing definitely exists as a stepping stone between the things, and I do hope they change, or they look at the quality thing, and maybe balance quality versus efficiency in the salvage heads instead of the ships overall, maybe. That probably would be better. Because in that case, it's just, oh, yeah, just upgrade your ship. That's gonna be the real meat and potatoes of the situation. But yeah, I don't know. There's also, like, you know, the way that they are talking about quality, like, I don't know. I'm not, like, a huge sim purist for Star Citizen, but, you know, it's not realistic. I mean, you could take, like, you find a piece of ore and then you purify it until it's the purest, you know, the purest iron, the purest whatever. It's not, oh, you found this iron which is just worse than this other iron. That's not how it works. And I do think that there is an element, I mean, it's a video game, it doesn't matter. There is an element of it, though, for me that's like, I think I don't like the premise, so I'm not, like, as easy to, so I don't, like, really want to think about it working this way, because it's just, I guess, to some degree, deep down, I think it's dumb. But again, it's a video game, it doesn't matter. What matters is that it's fun and engaging and all that stuff. Yeah. It's been 20 minutes. Oh god. Okay. I do think the moth is genuinely... Oh, also the paint thing. Yeah, what the fuck is the... Like, dude, that's just a shitty thing to do. To just be like, hey, we're gonna take this ship, we're going to do as few changes to it as possible, but you're not gonna be able to share the paints. Which, in all fairness, is literally just, hey, if you want the moth instead of the mole, you melt the paint and then buy another one. Of course, there are exclusive paints, so that's also not 100% what has to happen, but yeah. Also, I don't actually know. They have a Love Struck paint for the mole and the moth. They are the same price, right? If they're not the same price, then actually, what the fuck? That would be insane. But yeah. So things that are coming up. Roadmap stuff. I'm trying to... Ooh, okay. There was the claw salamanders. I'm a little bit curious. I'm also curious that nobody said anything. I guess I didn't say anything either, but they mentioned that they're doing a rework of light armor, and they showed a picture of clash armor, which is medium armor. So I don't know what that's about. That's a little strange. I mean, like, I guess if they want to, like, with Starware, a lot of things are going to change, and, oh, I like bling, I love the fashion of this armor, and I like, I'm mixing medium, I love this outfit, barring, like, oh, I wish I could, like, color coordinate it a little better, but, like, if they just took the Stitcher core and said, it's gonna be light armor now, oh my god, I would never use it again. And when Starware comes out, Stitcher Core probably is not going to be the highest armor rating, and maybe I don't use it because of that. Because I know what I need, and it might be better armor. But yeah. There's that. And, also the Claw Salamanders, I think they showed concept art specifically of, I think, if you go on the website, I think it's heavy, medium, light, possibly, is the, like, concept thing. The Claw Salamanders are gonna have, like, a mask, they're gonna have, it seems like they'll basically be using Stitcher core, or the Stitcher armor, as their medium set. They'll have a new light armor set, and maybe a new light armor set? I'm not sure. They have a cloak. They described it as a cape, which I don't know, how that changes, or I don't know how accurate the concept art is. And what I want to say is heavy armor, but honestly, I don't know. I mean, it looks very Fallout-esque, like a Fallout Wastelander scavenging outfit. It's kind of the vibe I get. It also has a different mask, so I don't know what's going on there. There was also a heavy armor, which I without going back to whatever Starware presentation there was that also introduced the Valakar, or reintroduce the Valakar. I want to say there was like the very Paladin-esque, like heavy tank armor that was like, this is literally just for getting shot at. I want to say it looked similar, but with some glaring differences, not issues. The tank armor they showed was, like, it was very sci-fi, but it was very clean, very flowing curves and everything, and it was a look. And this thing has a few more, my first thought was, I think this is the armor, but they, like, grunged it up a bit, or they added some greebles to it. So, yeah. Also, yeah, I don't know. I could probably have... If we're gonna exit the menu and figure this out. Oh god. What was I gonna say? Also, eventually I'm not going to be able to do something like this. Which also kind of sucks, because... Like, really, man? Like... Okay, FPS radar and scanning is on the docket, I believe... I can't remember. I think it's for May. We know that there's going to be a March patch, there's going to be a May patch, and FPS radar and scanning... FPS radar and scanning, and, what else? I think the ship landing services was also a thing, but I think that was July. There was... What else was there, actually? Let's... Hang on. Oh god, Sorry, I'm genuinely, like, I really want to not take forever to do this. Comlink. Roadmap update. Load. Okay. Let's see. Crafting Tier 0 is extended to March 27th. Inventory rework is extended to March 27th. Vehicle command module for the Caterpillar and Ironclad is on the extended to May 29th. FPS radar and scanning extended to May 29th. Instancing, July 31st. Ship hangar landing service is started November 3rd, 2025, ending May 29th, 2026. So, before it was like, oh, this thing's on the progress tracker. That means that... Also, I'm sorry. Just let me fucking pay for my fine, like, from my Moby Glass. God damn it. This is like... This is just putting an extremely, like, unnecessary pain in my ass just because you don't want to fucking, like... Just because you don't want to or just can't do some, like, quick, quality of life things. And, like, also, there needs to be more allowance for friendly fire. Like, I know that, like, FPS radar and scanning is, you know, like, oh, they did the marker thing as a stopgap, but then it broke. And, I mean, it's like, it has been better. They've definitely... There was a point, like, they introduced it, it worked, and then it didn't work. And it didn't work at all. And now it does, but if it only works, like, half the time, like, what the fuck? It might be because, like, oh, this security guard, doesn't have armor, he only has clothing, so he doesn't have anything to emit. Why? Why are you there? Why the fuck are you there? And why is it my problem if I can't fucking tell that you're an enemy or a friend? Like, yeah, jeez. Especially when you're wearing fucking black in a room that hasn't paid the fucking lighting bills in like 5 years. God, like, man. Yeah, I don't know. I think, like, I don't know. There's an element of every time they've talked about lighting. Every time they talked about lighting, I also accidentally turned off the RGB on my keyboard. by the way. It's always it's an artist versus gameplay thing, and it's like, man, I'm an artist at heart, all right. But goddamn, like, I need to be able to fucking see. Obviously, there's sometimes where you're not supposed to see, and there's supposed to be other things around that. But oh my god, like. And even with FPS radar and scanning, clearly, actually, yeah, if somebody's just wearing clothing, you need to be able to tell if they're a friend or foe, and if you can't, that is a bullshit, that is a bullshit expectation for a player going into a bunker mission, which, like, they've never said that it's, like, the beginner content, or, like, the easy, like, the super easy content, but I think clearly it is. Like, there's no, like, they decided to make the loot absolute dog shit in it. They decided to make, they just, like, haven't put any resources into doing what a lot of people have been saying for years, that, like, hey, like, you know, we see that this is a modular kit, expand the modular kit. And they haven't done that. As long as like, I think, weren't they introduced in, like, 2016 or 17? Has it been a fucking decade? Actually? Anyway, sorry, I'm getting all worked up. I almost completely forgot all the things. But yeah, so obviously they mentioned, progress tracker things. Before it was the case that, something ends in March, I would expect maybe at the earliest, especially late March, I would expect earliest it to come into game in April or whatever, right? But now that, you know, hey, like, engineering is still being worked on as far as the progress tracker goes, which throws a whole wrench into that. They've said that they want to have, the new inventory and crafting in for, March. And the way that Benoit said it is, inventory is, like, definitely coming in March. Crafting, we're hoping to get it in March. I said this last week, I'm pretty sure. Benoit is pretty optimistic. And, pretty cheery and optimistic, so, if he says something is coming out in March, it's probably coming out in April. Kind of a thing. Which unfortunately means the way that they're doing it, it might inventory and crafting might come out in May, because they're gonna, if they can't make the March patch, because they have not committed to it. There's a lot of things they've committed to for 4.7. They have not committed to crafting. So, yeah. Also, I love the fact that, like, I do the contract, I'm like, hey, I accidentally did friendly fire, because some dumbass didn't turn on his IFF tag, and, somehow it's my fault, but I still am contractually obligated to, complete the thing. I love that. Just thinking about how much money I'm going to get or not get. Aren't there turrets that are supposed to shoot at me? Oh well. I don't know where the landing is. That? No, there's a landing pad right there. Okay. I could have gotten out closer, but it's fine. Yeah. I really was hoping there was going to be 2 missions. I was also hoping this was going to be 30 minutes. Yeah, so, are we getting crafting in March? I hope so. God, I hope so. But I don't know. Are we getting FPS radar in May? God, I hope so. But, yeah, it's hard to tell. I think probably... I don't know. I really hope we get it in inventory and crafting in March. I think I am overall more positive, feeling more positive about 2026 so far than 2025. I mean, CIG is gonna pull a CIG, you know, and like they're gonna do dumb shit like the moth paints, and pretend like it makes sense. But yeah, yeah, what else? Oh, Starware. I feel like Starware, when we get into the whole crafting and, when we get into the crafting thing and when we get into the, FPS radar stuff, I feel like that's very important. You gotta remember the Antium armor and the Geist armor. Yeah. Those were in the trailer. They were supposed to be, I mentioned, they said that they were, you know, supposed to be lootable only, or you had to find them or earn them, and then I have Geist armor on my account because I bought it with real money, and I'm, I'm partially, well, I don't know, there's people like me, and that's why they did it, I guess, right? But they did kind of lie. That doesn't have anything to do with it. But just a thing to remember. FPS radar is a big part of those armors because it's the Antium armor is supposed to be bounty hunting tracking armor, and the Geist is supposed to be stealth armor. And of course, also, you know, also they. Correct me if I'm wrong, maybe I am crazy, maybe I am misremembering this. I'm pretty sure they said that, oh, as like a full set bonus for the Geist armor, you would be able to, if you stand still, maybe stand still and crouch, I don't know, but if you stand still, you'll go invisible, and as long as you either move extremely slowly, or just stand still, you'll be completely invisible. I did make money off of the thing. Also, why is People's Alliance handling the UEE's thing? Anyway. Yeah, Starware seems like it's gonna be really important, and we haven't really gotten any information on that, right? In a while? I mean, for that matter, there's also StarSim, which, like, frankly, they didn't talk shit about StarSim. They only said that, hey, Quantum is now called StarSim. And that's like, and somehow people know it as StarSim, which is kind of fucking insane to me. But I think also just a lot of people perhaps forgot about Quantum. maybe that's the case, I don't know. Yeah, anyway, there's, like I said, I'm basically 10 minutes over what I wanted to record.
Let me get that for you.
God, yeah, no, that friendly fire thing is so, and again, like, correct me if I'm wrong, the bunker missions are supposed to be starter FPS missions. I mean, it helps the fact that they're, like, the cheapest FPS combat you can do. Actually, that's not true. But if they honestly think that Well, I mean, if they honestly think that hey, go to a shipwreck and scan around for, or like search around aimlessly for enemies who could absolutely also kind of sneak around you and snipe you. Yeah, that's a whole bag of worms, I guess. Yeah, it's supposed to be the beginner mission. Like, and frankly, having allies that can just give you a crime stat, yeah, you're gonna turn a lot of people off from FPS gameplay. And you know, like, this isn't new. This isn't new, and it's just a thing that has happened to me, and I'm just a bit too peeved about it now. Right? But, God, yeah, dude, I don't know. It's fucking stupid. Anyway, yeah, I stream on Sundays. I stream Star Citizen on Sundays and Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I also stream Hytale on Monday and RPGs on Fridays at the same time. Going through Final Fantasy VI. I am probably a few streams away from finishing Final Fantasy VI, actually. That's at twitch.tv/Railu. That's RAILU with an underscore at the end. Link in description. Also, blah, blah, blah. Until next time, have a good day. Great day, even. Chowskis.